morning, everybody. Let me be clear right from the start. At the Future Foundation, we very much believe that there is an enormous consumer appetite for cashless payments. And that's because cashless payments represent for the consumer a couple of very considerable benefits. One of them around convenience, one of them around time saving and efficiency. And I'm going to demonstrate to you in the next 15 minutes our own understanding of where consumers are in terms of their readiness to accept cashless payments and innovations in payments generally. It's that consumer appetite that may promise quite a lot of disruptive change over the next 15 or 20 years. And who knows if we might see combinations of new providers emerging. And I've chosen the telecoms industry here quite deliberately because, as you'll see, there is some consumer support and trust in telecoms providers. The Future Foundation is a London-based company that carries out global research and consumer insight, and our aim is to understand consumers, why they choose the products they do, what motivates them to do so, all by understanding their attitudes and behaviours in the round. And we're bringing some of that understanding to this presentation today. And I'm going to look at payment innovation through two particular consumer trends. We've identified around 60, but I'm going to use two today. So one of them is around cashless society, which is very obviously relevant to this gathering. But I also, at the end, want to look at hyper-individuals who are perhaps the cheerleaders, the exemplars, the leaders of the sort of people who will adopt and come to use cashless payments with an ease. So let's start by looking at cashless society, by which really we mean the consumer change towards and readiness to accept this new form of payment. And we want to mention smartphones early on in this presentation because we believe they are very important, and we believe they are going to play a very big part in cashless payments from a consumer perspective. Our company is not an expert in payments, but we do understand consumers well through researching them every year. And you'll see here smartphone ownership. The thing to notice from this, perhaps, is not just the absolute levels of ownership, but in fact the growth in ownership that's occurred in quite a short period of time, so in just a 2-year spell here. Our Russian sample is not entirely representative of the whole country, but does represent those individuals living in cities and the online population.